Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to move on. We've completely disassembled our base. Everything has been picked up, and we've actually got a couple more names to our list of people here. We did get a couple more of the bone dogs. One of them is a pup named Oin, and the other one is Ballin, who is a teen at this point. So that fits in with kind of our young-ish pup teen squad, led by, of course, the elder Diana, who is looking pretty beastly these days. Look at that. 43, 25 strength. We're going to have to start taking Diana back out with us on our patrols because at this point she's starting to become quite an asset. And she's actually up to 20 run speed, which is just about where the humans are. So she should be able to keep up with us. And meanwhile, we have also received the grace of a new service animal named Kenmore. And he's carrying quite a lot of mixed things here. Just kind of the leftovers. We did have a lot more building materials. I mostly got all the iron plates I could, all the copper we had. Most of the food. I did leave quite a few building materials behind because I just don't think we're going to need to carry every single little bit of it. But yeah, onward we go. Again, we are continuing on. We're going to try to go down here to where Beep is roughly at. So hopefully this won't take us far too long. I will record most of this trip just because I think it's just a quick jaunt down the freeway. We could send everyone on ahead, but we'd be waiting on the animals to arrive with all of our supplies anyways if we did that. So what else is going on in the world? We still have, of course, our main goals of establishing the base, but apart from that, what else are we going to be doing? We were talking about this in Discord. I think long term, one of our big goals is going to be to basically complete most of the research tree. There may be some things that we don't do, but by trying to research almost everything in the game, you're naturally going to come across. Oh no, Beep! Look at Beep. He's ready to go ninja on their butts. That's fine. We won't do that. We won't make them suffer the wrath of Beep. It is a very harsh wrath to deal with. We'll send him north to meet the squad. And once he breaks aggro, we'll put him back into stealth mode, and he should be fine. But yeah, so our overall goals here in this campaign, this Let's Play, the biggest one really is to kind of finish most of the tech tree. By doing that, we do have to go explore quite a lot of the world because we're going to need to acquire a lot of ancient science books as well as the engineering research, which are very unique objects out in the world. So by just doing that, with having that goal alone, we are going to wind up exploring quite a bit of the game world. The other thing I'd like to do is possibly try to take down some of the big bosses in the world. Also, I'm going to give us a quick save here just in case anything goes wonky. We have so many people moving, and I've just done so much work on taking the city down. I don't want to lose all that effort. So, but yeah, by taking some of the big bosses down, such as the Dust Bandit boss, we can try to take down. Now, remember I set a goal of trying to destroy the Holy Nation Empire. Well, what better way of destroying something than cutting off the head, right? So perhaps one of our goals could be to take out the Holy Nation leader himself. I think he's the Holy Phoenix, and maybe that was where he was at over here in Narco's Trap. Maybe not. Maybe he's actually just setting up residence in Blister Hill. I'm not 100% sure where he actually hangs out at during his normal operating business hours. So we'll have to do a little bit of research on that. I'll tell you what. While our main squad is moving into position, why don't we try to have Beep head into, now that we're no longer going to be Holy Nation people, why don't we have Beep try to sneak into Stack? Let's see if he can just run through the gate with his incredible stealthness. And maybe he can just run right through and start being a general pest for the day. I think our end goal is actually to end up right about here. So we'll send our main squad there. Of course, they're going to try to backtrack to follow the road, which is a little silly, but that's okay. Let's see if Beep can even make it through the gates. If I do get aggroed, I will pull the guards out the other side of the gate, hopefully. All right, now R2, go. Oh, Beep, you stop moving, bud. You can't stop moving or they're going to see you. Okay, well, maybe if they saw him that easily, perhaps it's not the best thing to do during the middle of the day. That's fine. We could go over to, let's see, where do we want to go cause some trouble? We don't really want to piss off the hive, or sorry, the Shek right now. I mean, I mostly just want to piss off the Holy Nation at this point. We'll come back at night maybe with Beep. Now we do want, of course, our overall goal with Beep was to steal a couple of plans up here in World's End. Those plans being the 25,000 cat item that will let us use the advanced training tools, which I think are very, very strong, and they're going to let us really get our main squad up to snuff. So why don't we send Beep up that way and have him do a little bit of scouting while our main squad here continues on their little jaunt down the road. So yeah, the short-term goals is of course to get our main base established, and by that I mean instead of having just kind of a really weird design, we're going to lay it out to be hopefully really efficient. I'll probably spend a good amount of time this episode in the blueprints area, actually putting down the blueprints to our city to figure out where everything's going to go. We do have most of the farms ready. I think we're missing hemp. I believe we can make hemp farms, but we don't have any hemp to spare, so we'll have to maybe send Beep down or someone down into the swamp down south to grab some hemp. That should grow marginally. I think it grows at like 60% fertility or something like that. So it will grow. We will probably not be able to grow much in terms of... who's attacking us here? Yeah, you guys have chosen poorly. We're going to have to choose... what our crops are going to be. We can even try to grow some green fruit. I don't know how well it's going to grow, but maybe it'll be like a once every blue moon kind of a harvest. And we can pair that with some raw meat and maybe get a decent amount of, what was it, meat and bread, right? Didn't that like a meat wrap or something like that? No, that's a meat wrap. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking of with green fruit. Mixed veggies or cooked veggies and something else. Of course we managed to lose someone there. We'll have to have the medic squad take care of that. Everyone's a medic for the most part. Laura's all taken care of. She actually got banged up pretty hardcore on the head there, so we'll have Alice, who's not injured. We'll have Lydia carry Alice. Actually, you know what? Good job / brother. That's a very unique way of saying that. Good job / brother. So let's do Crumble John. Crumble John's always pretty tough. We'll have him pick up Laura. And she got a little bit injured here. Oh, poor Crumble John. He's commiserating about being old, an old fart these days. We'll continue on with our little journey. Hopefully we don't encounter too many big groups, because while we can fight off, a couple bone dogs with no problem, we're going to have a bigger problem if we encounter like a group of pissed off Holy Nation Paladins or something like that. I am abandoning someone. Oh, did one of our animals go down? That's rather annoying. What's your KO point at? -14. Oh, I don't think it's going to recover in time. Alright, Tassilo, you're strong. Let's see if you can carry a huge pack beast filled with tons and tons of animals in it. Wait, where did Tassilo go? Where the heck is Tassilo? You're up here in the middle of nowhere. I had given him an order a while ago to go up there to try to find if there's any animals he might want to hire or buy. But awkwardly, I guess he just decided to stay up that way. So we'll have Tassilo rejoin us. Let's see if Kif can actually pick up and carry Hightower. Yep, not a problem. Apparently Kif is just carrying a giant domesticated bull filled with items without any trouble whatsoever. You're so strong, Kif. We're so proud of you. You've come so far, buddy. Alright, so we're going to continue on their path. Let's take a look at Beep, see what he's up to. It is turning night, so maybe we could have Beep run up into the world's end and give it a shot at stealing the blueprints that we're looking for. I'm not too worried because Beep is, for the most part, very, very quick. The danger comes in if he gets hit by a crossbow bolt. Those can kind of come out of nowhere and really cut you down pretty hardcore. So we will have to micro the thievery pretty closely and make sure that he doesn't bite off more than he can chew. But I think, we'll see. We do want to make Beep our thief, so we do have to have some risk come with those great rewards of getting a, 25,000 cat item. Keeping on the progress, an eye on the progress of our squad moving south. And they're moving there. They're going to be there pretty soon. They're going to be outside a hub in just a bit. But yeah, the rest of this episode will definitely be focused on getting ourselves established again, finding the resources that we need, getting those resources established, and I probably will send someone out to go shopping because we need to get a lot more science books because we need to continue our science expansion of that side of the house. So we need to continue on developing our technology and unlocking better and better gear for our crafters to use. Okay, so where do we want to try to break into? The fun part is that these two buildings have guards. However, let's see, is this this is a weapons building, isn't it? Yeah. I think Beep is so stealthy he can actually, oops. I'm not in there, calm down, calm down. What? How did I even do this? I love it. I walk up in like 3 seconds. We've already got everyone on us. Sometimes the game. The door was closed, but because we bugged through the wall, I guess, somehow Beep is a horrible thief. And, well, he is, but they don't know that. Alright, we'll have Beep lose his tail, hopefully, real quick. I don't actually know if anyone's tailing him right now. Let's swing over to someone else, see if his tab lights up. That's normally a good indicator if anyone's aggroing you, and it doesn't look like it is, so maybe he lost that aggro. He might be stealthy enough to just come right back in. Do you have normal aggro on these guys, or no? Not yet. It's only those guards that were around the building. Alright, Beep, why don't you try to come back in the town? If you noticed, his icon didn't even go from blue to anything else. He's like a ghost in the night. He's basically Batman at this point. Okay, so let's try that one more time. Hopefully, he should be able to get right inside the building without that guard turning around. He is. Now, is anyone awake in here? No, we've got one guy in the far back. Okay. We need to look for what we're looking for is the 25,000 cat item. Now, I don't remember who sold it at this point, unfortunately. I don't remember if it was a general store thing or if it was only sold at a weaponsmith. It was the advanced training dummy. The advanced training option is what we were looking for. So hopefully I've got the city right. Maybe it wasn't even the city at all, or maybe it was something like the hub at one of those unique spots. This is it, Beep. I believe in you. It's already becoming dawn. Crap. These guys are going to wake up really, really soon. I don't think we're going to be able to get to it. I would imagine it's one of the hardest things to pick in the room. So honestly, probably one of these two lock benches, or that... Now, the weapons cabinet wouldn't be it. I don't remember, guys. Where was it even at? We'll have to just do normal shopping, perhaps, and see. The Unyielding is getting into a bit of a fight. I'll have to check on them in just a second. Meanwhile, ooh, Beep has found a nice, very nice Nodachi. Worth 7,000 cats. That is... Now, because I'm not making Beep carry a backpack, so I'm kind of having to be a little bit picky about what we're stealing here. Okay, let's go back over to our main squad while Beep picks that. Are we getting attacked by a bunch of sheep? Oh, it's a bunch of hungry bandits. So we'll just have everyone stop. No one is on passive, right? Okay, let's have our animals go on passive. The big ones, and we'll have them get out of the picture. And we'll have everyone here fight and take care of these guys. Look at that. One shot from Diana, I think, just got this guy knocked down. I love that we have goat allies right now, guys. I'm pretty excited about that. Alright, we should be fine here. I'm going to go back to Beep because his is a bit more perilous situation. So we got to be a little careful of what's going on with him. I mean, is it at the... it could be at one of these... I don't think it'd be there. Shoot, I don't even remember who had it at this point. Who had the 25,000 cat item for our advanced training blueprint. Nodachi, sabers, katanas, ring sabers. These would be really nice to take as well. I do want Nodachi. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do a, on the way out of here, we'll just do a smash and grab. We'll just try to get everything at once and have Beep just run out the door. I'm a little afraid to have him go back here to try this locker because it's almost about dawn. And that's generally when these people start to wake up. Let's have you look around one more time, Beep. Also, are we okay over here, I assume? It's just a bunch of starving bandits, so... Not exactly the hardest fight for us in the world. Beep actually just straight in went into the general cabinet here. That's why that popped up. So it wasn't even locked. Let's see. What else can we find here? I think someone told me that the items that are just sitting out in the store are 100% chance to steal. So if we were to pick up this hacksaw... We're at 12 thievery, 12 at 91%. We picked it up and we went immediately to 13. So can we just like go crazy and just pick up a bunch of stuff that's hanging on the outside of the store? Can't pick it up. Oh, careful, Beep. So in just a couple of seconds there, his thievery is already up a couple notches. We'll drop everything that we're stealing here. It's a bit gamey. I don't mind it too much because we're so low at this point. It's not that big of a deal. You can actually pick it all back up again and drop it. I won't make use of that too much. I think Beep should really have to learn his thievery through, through first-hand experience. Are we still fighting this group? Come on. It's like the longest fight here. We didn't piss off the poor goats, right? don't think we lost anyone in that fight. We'll give him a couple seconds to patch everybody up and hopefully be on our way. Oh, Laura, was Laura already down? Was she being carried by Crumblejohn? She was. Okay. That's fine, and I think everyone's going to start healing up now. Let's get everyone down here together at least so that everyone's in the right spot. Okay, it's about the time when the storekeeper is going to wake up. So let's see what Beep is going to take, and we'll have him do it. I really think I want the recipes first. That'll probably trigger the thievery alarm. So we'll just spam this until we can try to get it. Oh, we actually grabbed it. Wow, that's really good. Do we want to push our luck and try to get katanas as well? I think so. Okay, so give us the money. He actually fell back asleep, so I don't think Beep got triggered just yet. He'll go back to zzz in a second. Let's try this one more time. Okay, so they actually saw Beep this time. Can we... Okay, we can force it through. So we grabbed that. We're going to come over here and grab this Nodachi. And we're going to get the hell out of the store. Now, the other part is, if they see him, and I'm kind of curious, I think he can run away, not get spotted, and no one will chase him. I don't quite remember how that mechanic works. But I don't remember if he doesn't get spotted, he may not have a bounty. He may have a bounty no matter what. That's fine. We'll deal with it. But I think he should be pretty safe. No one's chasing him back here in the corner. So we'll have Beep hang out for just a second. Oh, there's a little tiny bridge. We'll hide in the outhouse. Yeah, Beep. Why don't you go use the outhouse for a second? That's magical. Okay. Okay, that's what Beep does after a really high-stress situation. Tassilo actually got caught by a bunch of dust bandits, and he's getting beat up a bit. Oh, he actually made it to our objective. So he's down there already. We'll have him try to come rejoin the main squad. And everyone's all together. Are we still fighting? Are we okay now? Okay, I think we're all set. Let's get back on the road. We need to go, again, still south. We're pretty close to getting there. Tassilo, I do want you to come this way, though, since you're a bit beat up. Is everyone else, for the most part, patched up? I think so. For the most part, everyone's okay. I don't think we're going to lose anyone right now. And Diana's so strong. Good night. She's just beating the crap out of everyone. You guys really don't want to fight us. It's not going to work out for you. I would highly recommend against it, etc., etc. I'm actually going to give Tassilo an order for bodyguarding Griffin so that when they meet up, he should basically follow Griffin, and since they are a little bit separated, fix that little portion as well. Okay. I'm going to go back over to Beep real quick. And I think his timer ran out, and he doesn't look like he's actually got any kind of a bounty, so I think he should be able to just straight up walk into any store he sees and be completely fine. Well, I think what I'm going to do, folks, is take a quick break here, and I'm going to cut the video so that the rest of our slow-moving squad, our slow-moving caravan here, can get down to the spot they want. And I'll get them squared away, and we'll be right back with you. And welcome back. We're not quite there yet, but I had a hunch that I seem to recall possibly seeing the advanced training dummies for sale in the bar here. I was thinking about it, and I remember we couldn't see it anywhere with Beep, but I feel like it was in a tiny little bar, and it was. Dang it. So this is the guy that has the training blueprints that we'll need. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to get into here to steal, because, well, he may be carrying them. I don't know if they'd be in a different thing. They might be in the safe here, of course, but I don't know if Beep would ever be able to, number one, I don't think he'll be able to get into it. First off, I wonder if we could actually try to, yeah, we could try and pick it. We could probably get him some tools, but that's going to require some time cutting. So, I don't know. I think the other way to do this, I think there's two ways to basically get the advanced training dummies. The first is to unlock all of the training dummies by research by default. And then I think it becomes available, or you can rush it by getting these blueprints. I was checking the Steam forum out a little while ago, and that was one of the things they said, was that you should be able to unlock everything if you do the normal chain of research for, the standard types of training devices. So perhaps that's something we're going to have to do. Meanwhile, Beep is pretty excited. He did get away with this Nodachi. Now, I don't know if he has any kind of a bounty on him or not. I don't see one listed, but I'm going to try to be a little bit careful. Maybe we'll have him... Oops, actually, it looks like already, yep, we still are wanted probably because we did straight up steal the sword, or maybe this guy can tell. Let's try to get Beep out of the town real quick. You know what? We got a sword where we didn't even plan to get one, so that's not too bad of a haul here. And again, I'm trying to be a little bit self-imposing by limiting the amount of stuff that we can carry during a theft, because I don't want Beep to wear a backpack, because then you just get crazy and you can start clearing out buildings, you know, in the drop of a hat, and it's almost too easy sometimes. So I feel like maybe by setting some self-imposed guidelines, we can still do some thievery, but keep it somewhat fair. So you know what? We pissed off all the guards. We're going to leave World's End for a bit, let the heat die down. Now, Beep did get the Nodachi and the Katana research from the traders, so we're going to add those to our list of items that we know. We do have to advance our technology just a bit in the weaponsmithing side, but either way, that's exciting to now have those options available to us. So I'm going to then have Beep come all the way down to the hub, and we'll see what kind of options we have for stealing the advanced training dummies, or if we're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, where we unlock the research by just getting to that point in life. I mean, we could pay for it, but man, 25,000 cats to pay for something like that, that's really harsh. So yeah, we'll see where the cards fall for the most part. We're almost down to our spot that we plan on going to for the next little bit of time. And again, we are going to spend most of this episode building up the base and kind of designing things. I do think that that was a bit buggy. You see the I think that's the graphic of one of our animals that's being carried getting left behind as a glitch. I've been kind of receiving just a couple of weird bugs, like graphical glitches and hangups every so often, ever since we tore down the base. So maybe I'll do a fresh import to clean everything up between this episode and the next, and hopefully that'll reset some of the issues. Like right there, you'll see in the graphic of our who's being carried right now, Hightower. That's Hightower actually dragging behind his graphic. It's so weird. All right, so we have arrived. I wouldn't exactly call it the promised land, but it is what we're going for the next little bit, I hope. Nice and flat for the most part. There's some areas that have some bumps here and there, but this entire zone all the way down here is all areas that we could build in. So before we do much else, I'm going to do a quick save because we're here. And done. Yeah, we have arrived. That's actually because I think they're patching someone up. Let's make sure Beep has our order to move here. I think he does. Cool. We'll put anyone down that's being carried. And let's go into build mode. Let's see what we got. First off, I'm going to test the range of the farms. So for the most part, the cactus farm is going to be valid anywhere in this zone. Cotton, we're going to have only 10% yield. We could try to grow that, or we could grow hemp. Hemp grows at 50% yield, so we're going to probably do hemp for our clothing resource. Hopefully it's not illegal. If it is, we'll hide it in the back of our area, and hopefully the guards will never see it if they come knocking. Vegetable farm, of course, 10% yield, so we're not going to be able to get any veggies, but the wheat farm is upwards of 60%. So I think we're going to be okay. Food will come from our cactus farms. No, we don't have any cactus farms yet, so we only have 10. I think we only have 10 individual pieces of cactus around, so we're going to have to use that as our option. Oh no! Did I not even see this? The entire time I've been thinking about building here, we're right down the hill from from the hub. We're not going to be able to build here at all. Well, that'll make a lot of changes to the plans. Oh, that's so funny. Well, guys, as pretty as this area was, this is out of the question now because we are too close to the hub to make this happen. All right, well, luckily, we did have a couple other options available to us, so let's see what else we can do with it. The little roadside area up here was going to be our second best option. In this zone, again, there's plenty of areas in this game where you can build. It's just that right now I'm trying to find somewhere that's a nice spot between a lot of different cities and a lot of different trade options, so we don't have to go too far. And when we set up a shop counter, hopefully no one has to go too far to come to us. And I'm hoping that some of the shopping issues have been fixed with the release of 1.0. That used to be a problem where people wouldn't come to your shop. They wouldn't buy anything because it was a little bit bugged. You know, even so, I think this whole area is going to be enough room for us to do a lot of our work in. We're just going to have to kind of play it off the terrain a little bit. And, you know, I'll have to put some buildings up on a hill. And I'm just going to have to deal with it. I know I don't like building on hills, but that's my fault, not yours. So we'll deal with it as we get to it. Alright, so this is the Promised Land Take 2. Another flat area. It does have a good set of iron resources, and there's some copper just down the hill as well. What's over here to the side? Is this copper as well? Good, so copper and iron are both together right here. So maybe if we try to put down a mine, do we have stone available in this vicinity? No, we don't. We'll have to go someone else for stone. That's fine. I think we actually talked about it last time. Wasn't there like a little spot, like a sweet spot down here? So we didn't have to go all the way up on this little, this little area here. So like 70% would be somewhere in this zone. There's iron resource right there. And somebody will have to make a run for copper in the other direction. Oh, just kidding. There's some copper right here tucked away. Perfect. Perfect. So this will be fine for our resource gathering on this side. Oh boy, so how do we want to do this? Let's move all of our people out of the way, first off. So I don't have to cancel my orders halfway through because everyone's in the way. Beep, are you still running towards us here? Did we leave somebody? Did I just see an order? Somebody that was missed? Says! Where are you, Says? Oh no, Says and Rin are far behind. I forgot because we put them down because we're trying to build over here and we'd set them down. That's fine. They'll run over to us. They're actually not too far behind, so that's not a big of a deal. We'll keep an eye out in case they get attacked by anything. Okay, back to build mode. So I think I'd like to make use of this road, this natural road, to be the natural main path through our town because it just seems kind of logical. So the first thing we're going to start off with are probably 2 defensive gates because people are going to be coming up here and right into the base. Now we don't have to have it lined up on the road, and in fact if it doesn't make sense we'll basically adjust it. You can adjust the slope of your buildings, by the way, by using some of the commands down here. So I'm actually adjusting the slope just a bit just to kind of have a nice line up here. Now, do we want to have, what kind of walls do we want to have? That's another question. Do we want to have a defensive gate here, which lets us have walls to either side? Because then our walls could do something like this. They could really kind of sloop in, and that gives us a lot of turret positions to aim at enemies coming into the gate. And I think I kind of like this layout, as opposed to doing something like, I'll cancel this and redo it in a minute here, but as opposed to doing something like this, which is more of a kill box, I don't like how that looks as much. It might be more effective, but I think I'm going to go with a little bit more of a natural star formation at the gate, just to keep that all together. So let's do that one more time. Let's set down the gate. We'll do it just a bit off the road. That's fine. Everyone can just deal with it. And we'll set the wall to go at a nice angle so that anyone who's at the on the turrets themselves can have a really nice target. And we'll tuck the wall right up against the mountainside. Okay, that looks good there. And we'll probably just run, I mean, do we even need to do anything with this? Can we, maybe we can actually just do something like, can we go into the mountainside? That's not liking that connection there. That is okay. Now, can anyone get through this if we build it? That's the real question. Because sometimes the walls get a little bit wonky. I think all we have to do is block off this little gap. Let's try to make this a hard cut over from this edge. I mean, something like this. Would this block off any traffic coming down from the mountainside? I don't really see... I don't like how it looks per se, but it's not a big deal if it keeps all of our enemies out. That's what matters here the most. We'll try to build it with just this and see how that looks. I don't think anyone can get down here on this entire side. There's absolutely no pathing here. The only spot might be something like this, but this does look too vertical. So this might prevent us from having to deal with a wall on this entire side of our base, which will be nice. It'll be just, less resources to worry about. Okay, I like the idea of that layout. We're not going to do the walls just yet because we want to make sure we've got our main buildings going. So, what are we going to have for our main buildings? First off, I guess, where are we going to have our farms at? So, the main resources are going to be gathered, do we say? Back this way, correct? So these are going to be the main resources. So we're probably going to have our crafting on this side of the area. So we'll put something like, let's get the buildings up. Station house uses 40 building materials. I don't know if I wanted to go too crazy yet. Maybe we'll start out with an L-shaped house, an L house, right off the get-go, and then we'll upgrade to a bigger house down the road once everything evens out. Okay, so that evens out the slope. That looks nice. And this will kind of be a mini pathway, perhaps, between our crafting zones. Yeah, I think that's okay. We'll leave a little bit of a gap here to make sure that anyone who's coming through to deliver their wares and who's coming from the gate don't get pinched out because of the building. And we'll adjust this one just a bit. I warned you guys, I'm a bit OCD about my designs of my bases, so you'll have to forgive me just a bit, because I love having bases that have some kind of a nice little logical layout. So that'll be somewhere where we do a lot of crafting. I might tear these down and put a station house here down the road. We'll have to see. Or, let's see, our resources get gathered up, brought to just inside the gate, maybe right here. Maybe these actually should face outward, so our crafters have less of a distance to run. Does that make more sense? Perhaps it does. Okay, so we'll make a little gap here. This is going to be like a little mini road into the other part of the base. This is fine. These are all off the main road. Can we get this to slope a little bit? It's not really doing much as far as I can tell when I'm hitting these buttons, so we'll have to just keep it as is. Okay, farms. What do we want to do with farms? I think just along the back area here will be nice. And of course, our main wall for defense will probably go along this ridge line because it's pretty even and flat. So I'll probably have the walls come all the way up and then all the way around. And honestly, I might even try to include all of our resources in these walls. So just, I guess it's going to be just down to here. This is the piece of copper. And then up this way, and this will be our another gate. And then the wall will go up against the wall. Sorry, the cliff face. That gives us a bunch of resources nice and secure inside of our compound. We'll see how it works, and we can always adjust things as we go. That's not a problem. Okay, so farm-wise, we want to have a small cactus farm off the bat because we do not have the cactus at the moment too close to another building. Why are you being like that? Do I have to confirm this order and then try to do some farming? Yes, that seems to be the problem there. Okay. And by the way, I did pick up the, I don't remember what it's called, Better Farming mod or something of that nature. It basically makes farms stand out a little bit more. Okay, so we do have 60 wheat straw. So we are going to have a wheat straw farm in the area. So we'll put this down. Well, I guess one more consideration is where do we want to put a building for cooking stuff? We do want to have something to handle all of our cooking needs. Do we want to have our farms kind of go vertically here and maybe just have like an L house for cooking? Just to, or not an L house, a long house. It's you know, just to differentiate some of the building types here. That might kind of give a nice little feel for the more of a fluid base instead of just everything looking exactly like a clone. Okay, that's fine right there. And we'll put down our wheat farm and we'll do all the farms in this area. Autosave, pause. Okay. So we're going to do wheat farm there. Honestly, might do 2 down the road because it would be, we are going to get into grog production, and I think the primary ingredient is wheat. So we'll put down 2. We'll only build 1 right now because we don't have the resources to build both of them yet. All right, we're not going to do a vegetable farm. We are going to do a hemp farm. We're going to have to start off small because we do not have the amount of hemp, nor will we have the amount of hemp off the bat to make this a large one. We'll do another, did we get enough cotton? Let's go with a medium farm because I don't remember how much cotton we got. I'm kind of curious just to see if we can grow anything cotton-wise in this area. And finally, we're going to do a small cactus farm for the moment, but eventually these will become large cactus farms, and we'll do 2 of them because it's going to be our primary food resource. So 1, and can we not build over this little tree here? Sometimes you clear out the weird trees and the all the flora around your area by just putting down your building. These will turn into 2 really nice farms once we upgrade them. So let's put everything down. Remember, I have to, and I still hate that you can barely see the dang things. There's 1 wheat farm. We'll pause one of these so the wheat won't be distributed there. I'll also pause, this requires 24, this requires 35. Let's pause both of these buildings. pause all of the buildings for the moment until we get our kind of our situation on where our minerals are. Okay, so that's our farm. That's our processing area for the farm. Got it. We're also going to need water. So we do need to drop a well. I wish I could have seen where those farms were. We'll put the well over to the side between our farms. Just a bit to the side here. How close were all the farms? Oh, they're all the way over there. That's more than enough space. And a water tank to the side as well. Is this enough of a gap here between them all? I think so. Okay, so now we need to think about storage. We're going to have storage for cactus. I'm probably going to do it roughly in the area that they're going to be near, so that the farmers don't have too much distance to travel. So there's some cactus storage right there. Cotton, I think, are we going to do hemp instead? I think we're going to do some hemp over here. What else do we put down? Wheat straw for sure. Let's see. Cactus, cotton. Are we not? I don't think we're sure if cotton's going to make it or not, but we'll put down a cotton storage unit just to have somewhere to dump all the resources. We'll also put down a green fruit storage container too, because I think people are carrying some green fruit with them. So they'll be able to dump all that out of the way. We'll see what we're missing after everything goes through. Okay, so that takes care of the storage part. I'll confirm that order, lock it in. And let's now go into the mining and industry side. So we want a stone mine, probably somewhere, this seems good right here, like 80%. That seems like a sweet spot. And the refineries are going to go along this area here. So we'll do an iron refinery, a stone mine, stone processor here. And we'll do, now these require 30 iron plates, 3 building materials, 22 iron plates. So we do have to be careful about how many iron plates we're using up. We'll also have to drop down some power, which does use more iron plates. So we'll have to be a little careful about how much we're using right off the bat on power. Ooh, I wonder if we're going to have better resources because of the wind, because we're a little bit higher up this time. So this is 50. This must be maximum. If it's at 100%, it's at 50% output. We were getting 50, I think, with 3. But maybe we'll have better luck. Let's try to put these, let's put one of these far away, and let's see if it makes sense and if it actually gives power to the base, because I don't know what the proximity is where, you know, if I build it over here, will it still power the base, or will it say it's too far away? So let's build one up on top of the hill here, because that would make sense. And maybe we'll try to even it out just a bit. Does that look okay? I think that looks just fine. We will handle the walls a little bit later on. And now we finally need storage. So we've got raw iron ore, which will drop off here. Then we have iron plates, which is a finished product. We'll do 2 of those here. There was a mod that someone showed me earlier in Discord that I might look at getting, which was for the I think it doubles all of your storage. So that seems like a pretty straightforward and easy enough mod to use. They're not going to make anything too OP. It just makes everything a little bit more, a little bit bigger in terms of storage. So you don't have to have so many repeating storage items. Finally, we want building materials here and here. And then we'll drop down one more copper storage area. And I think the copper's down this way, so we'll put copper right next to the stones over here. Okay, I think this should take care of the start, okay? It's not perfect. It's got some bumps to it. We'll work out any kinks over time. So now what we have to do is have our, let's move the whole clan over here. What are these? Oh, they're cute little goat things. Are they wild? Oh, I think they are actually wild. That would be a nice thing to hunt if we ever get short on meat. How convenient. The meat comes to you. So for the moment, let's see, is everybody still making their way here? Beep, you still have your move order, and I think Rin still has her move order here as well. It sounds fine. Who's got the goodies? I tell you what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to get... Boy, Thendu's going to be busy. He's going to be a busy beaver. We're going to drop some of this cotton down on the ground. Thendu, I need you to trade with one of the animals. I think Tiny has all the stuff you need. Let's grab 2 things of that, and we'll start doing, let's tell you what, let's do this. Let's go over to this area, and I'm keeping everyone together just for ease of mind here, just myself. Keep everyone in one spot so I don't have to wonder where everyone is going off to. So Thendu, I want you to build the iron plate storage. And what happens is we'll be able to start dropping all of our stored items in these, and then he'll be able to work off that and do his construction stuff from there. I'll show you here in just a second what I'm talking about. So now that that's built, Thendu, you are the engineer. I do have to give you that order again. Let's go back to our animals and right here. Is this the iron plate storage? It is. We'll fill that up. Somebody's getting attacked right here. Who is this? Is this Says Rin? That's not going to be good. Let's have our main squad go help out. Let's go have the fighters help Rin out. She looks like she's getting caught by a bunch of ruffians on the road here. So we'll make a dent there. We'll bring our pupper squad along. Too. I'm going to leave the gray geese folks back at base because they do have quite a lot of things we're going to be using here shortly. We'll put down Laura as well. Okay, while they're running off to rescue Rin, I will finish putting everything out. I think there's copper that needs to be stored. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so then we'll just do this. Already full. Already full. Perfect. Okay, Rin, how bad are you getting beat up here? Let's put you on a block order, actually. I can't do a whole lot right now, so you're going to get kind of the crap kicked out of you for just a second. But rescue is coming. Hey, Beep is coming. That's what really matters. Beep is actually just over the hill. He's not going to be able to do much because as much as we like to hope that Beep is a nice, strong, brave fighter, he's kind of a wimp right now. A couple of good blocks there. Now this is why I like the 3 times attack slot mod, because it's just as strong for you as it is for the enemies. So if you happen to be outnumbered, you're going to get the crap beat out of you as opposed to your enemies at any given time. So you do have to be, smart with it and make sure that you're not doing making silly decisions. Maybe Beep is just going to be enraged and he's just going to come to the rescue and start trying to punch the... Oh, that might have been a bad idea. I think they actually are all running back. Nope, they are running back because Beep aggroed them. That's fine. We're going to have a big old scrum here, and it's going to be great. The dogs are coming too. They're coming a little bit slower. Maybe I'll tell everyone to run at their own speed. That way we can get Diana down here quicker. Okay, now we're going to be outnumbered here, so this is going to be interesting. We'll have to see how good our group does while we're being outnumbered, if this group tags along, and which they did. Oh, they're fighting each other. This is so funny. It's starving... I think it's starving bandits versus escaped servants, so this will be good for us. Oh, you know what? Beep does have that that super nice katana now. Nodachi, rather. Here, Beep, why don't you just get stuck in? Do a couple swings. Nice. The sword is literally bigger than you, Beep. I'm a little concerned at your strength, but it's fine. We'll pretend that Beep is a ninja, and he can be a ninja as long as he wants to. Eventually, we will make Beep hardcore and get him really strong. We have to take him through basic training, as someone mentioned before. Puns are punishable by death. Alright, well, the main group is getting here to fight and recover and help out Rin and Sez over here. Did Sez get knocked down too? Sez is down as well. We'll have to have Doc tend to him. I'll pull Doc away for the moment. Make sure that Sez doesn't get overwhelmed. I don't think they eat you, which is a nice change of pace. Oh, Rin is still standing. I don't know how. That block order is doing really wonders for her. Please don't beat up my doctor. I don't know if you know this, but my doctor is actually pretty damn strong, sir. That's right. That's right. Okay, everybody else to the rescue. Yeah, now how does it feel, huh? How does it feel now? I really like these Naginata katanas. They look pretty badass. I'm a big fan. Okay, so Doc is going to finish patching Sez up, and we'll have Kif carry Sez. Try to get everybody back to the new compound. We want to make sure our defenses are nice and set, so no one is left behind. Did we miss somebody? Oh, they're still right here. Doggos, I need you to calm down. Let's calm it down here, doggos. They go off on their own, doing who knows what. And we'll have somebody carry Rin. Okay, that's fine. And Dwalin, I think we're all set. Let's have everyone run at the same pace. And we'll go from there. Of course you're going to eat a severed human leg. That's what you do, buddy. That's okay. Okay, let's have everyone return to base and see what else we're up to. So the engineer is off doing engineer things. He is building all these different buildings that are, you know, standing by. I hope we have enough. We have 50 iron plates here. Yeah, we have a bunch more too. We have 80 iron plates, so that should be more than enough to get both of our processors running and the stone mine up and running, and hopefully the generator up and running too. We do want to have the generator going at some point. In fact, can I get you to... Thendu, do you have enough... what do you have on you right now? Why don't you grab a couple pieces of iron plates here, and I want you to go ahead and make the copper storage, so I can just dump everything for you. That way everything is ready for Thendu to pull from and use during his base building operation. I might even get a couple people to help out. I don't know if anyone has any strong skills in engineering. I think we had some kind of quasi-engineers at the start of the game before we actually hired him. Perfect. Okay. What else do we have in here in terms of our skills? Who is on the bronze has any engineering skill? Oh, Run does, actually. That's right. Run was one of our engineers back in the day. We'll have Run do engineering for a bit. I think that's about all we have in terms of engineers. So we'll let that happen, and that looks fine. So there we go. We've got everybody coming back to the compound. Everyone is going to continue to expand our base, which is where we want to be. Kind of excited about this. What about, we could probably have some people help out with the farm. Let's have the great... Who are you guys fighting? You know who you're aggroed against right now. Is someone coming? Or, yeah, someone is coming. It is a single dust... Oh, it's a dust boss. Okay, so we do have a dust boss party coming in, which is annoying. We'll have the main... But this is why we bring our combat squad, guys. This is the important reason behind that. Let me drop our other folks over here. Let's bring the puppers over here to get into this fight as well. I'm glad we took the time to get this group built up, though, because now that I think they can... You know, the only downside is if we get overwhelmed, yeah, we'll definitely possibly have a problem there. Getting a bit, you know, too much going on at one time, not able to, you know, get wave after wave after wave. That's where the problems begin, when you get a bit too much going on at once. Do any of you have farming stuff? You have the cacti. Okay, so where are the cacti going again? Was that our main source of food, so I put it somewhere like over here? It is. So why don't you build the cactus farm, because you have that on your person. Did we actually put down a cotton farm? I have the worst short-term memory sometimes. Cotton, what do we have here? We got cotton farm right here. So why don't you build the cotton farm, or some of it. Okay, then that's the only people who have resources for the cotton stuff. I think we've got our animals carrying the wheat straw, and we do. So let's have Hightower come over here. We'll help. He'll help somebody build the rest of the items there. The wheat farm and everything like that. We'll get our food production started off pretty quick. Did we already like wipe out this bandit raid? No problem. Yes, we did. Kind of brutal. Did any of us take much damage? Oh, guess what? We're finally in a place where Tobal will no longer be ashamed to wear his arm with pride. So he's back in the fight here. Now here's a question: who's our best fighter? Didn't we think Wing was where we kind of the best one right now? He's got 30 dex, 21 strength, 35 melee attack. I think so. So Beep, if you wouldn't mind, please, let's go ahead and give the best sword around to Wing, because Wing right now is kind of our super strong one, and the one that we probably want at the forefront of kicking all of the ass. So we'll trade out. We'll give Wing. We'll give Beep a Naginata Katana. Perfect. Thank you so much. And now Wing has kind of got our best weapon and our best armor. So he'll kind of hopefully be the one who's kicking the most ass here in the future. Alright, so I guess what I might do is the construction part is not exactly the most fun thing to watch. So maybe I'll skip through some of the initial buildup of our base. And then I'll come back to you guys once we have more things ready to go here. Are we short on anything? No, it's just that Thendu is still working on making the base. It just takes some time when we're building a brand new base. So if anything happens, I will come back and show you what's going on. But otherwise, I'll put a quick cut in here, and we'll be back as soon as the base is all finished up. Okay, and we're back again with more buildings completed. All of our processing facilities for mining and things like that are up. So that means that even if we run out of building materials trying to build up the rest of our first couple of houses, we can always make more. The big delayer right now is we do need to get our power going and make sure that's good enough. So I'm going to micromanage that in a bit, but I have to wait until these hungry bandits leave the area. Hopefully we won't have too many fights before our walls go up, but that will be a priority for the first episode or two, is making sure we get our outer walls up and then everything locked down so that no one has to leave the base for the most part, unless we want them to. So the farms are coming in just fine. We do have to start giving orders to people so that they can go farm up and get that going. But otherwise, we're right where we want to be at this point. Tobal is actually taking a quick jaunt down to the swamp because I want to see if we can't find some hemp for sale, either from one of these small towns or from the big village. And it looks like there is enough there. Oh crap, he doesn't have a stackable backpack. You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to have to move some things around just a bit. Sell this back. I'm going to sell the backpack, buy a wooden backpack, and then we should have enough to go ahead and bring in a good, decent stack of, it's 18, 19, 20. That should be enough for a small farm, I think. Do we need 25 or 20 for a medium hemp farm? We need 20 for a medium hemp farm, 30 for a large, so he can only carry 20 or so right now. That should be just fine. We also have any books for sale? Here's those things that give you perception. You've got, let's see, we've got 20 there. I'm going to pause because I just saw everyone go into combat down here. So let's grab some of these iron hats. These are pretty cheap, but they do give you a +4 perception bonus. Iron hat. Let's grab that 4,000. You know what? Let's go ahead and grab the iron hat research as well. And do we need anything else from here? Rice weed. We can't grow rice weed. I think that's a swamp only kind of resource. So I believe we're okay. Again, the reason we're buying the iron hats is so that our archers can have a little bit of a bonus to perception. So that should help out with them, and we'll bring Tobal back home. Meanwhile, the rest of the group seems to be in a fight with a random starving bandit or hungry bandit or something like that. So for the most part, I think we're okay. It's a group of nomads coming through, so we're safe from them. But otherwise, I think this is a great spot to stop here. It's been a long episode. Thank you so much for bearing with me here as we struck out on our first area because I didn't realize it was at the foot of the hub, so we didn't have the free open territory to build because it's within the sphere of influence. So I think this is going to be just fine as a secondary place, but we're going to be able to expand this quite a bit and just think that, you know, we still have all of this area to build into if we want to. So I think we're going to be just fine. Our farms are coming up. They're irrigated by, fertilized by a little blood, which never hurt anything at all, right? So I'm excited, guys. I'm excited to see what's going to happen to us. Do we have any random faction things pending? We don't. I did have to let those 2 Holy Nation soldiers go, and it seems like it never really hurt our relation either, so that was a nice touch as well. Okay, so hopefully, I don't know why I took us directly over to Tobal, but hopefully Tobal can get home without getting his legs chopped off, and I'll be back next episode. I might wait a tiny bit of time between this episode and next, just to make sure that everything is finished up and we have, you know, I have something to show you instead of you having to sit around and wait for me to finish all these buildings. So we'll take it one step at a time. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Our unyielding is going to continue to get harassed left and right, it seems like, by hungry bandits and more. So this will be a nice growing season for us. Hopefully we'll have a lot of skill ups with all these raids we have to fend off. I will put the bronze group to work very soon, and I will have them starting to, you know, do their standard jobs of mining, getting everything going while we build the walls up as well. Build a wall. So we'll get it done. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to join me in the next video. You can join us on Discord in the more options underneath this video. There's a section that says read more. That's where we have the link to Discord, or follow me on Twitter @TobalPlays. Thank you guys so much. Take care.